Hey guys, so in this video we're going to be talking about self-control, which ties in with discipline. But I'm going to be teaching and sharing some of my experiences and how to be the best you can possibly be. And this is going to benefit you in your life, your relationships, your goals. So yeah, let's get to it. So me, I've had a lot of experience. I've vaped, I've had drugs, I've had all of that. I've watched porn like many people have, and I can tell you from experience that these things just ruin your life. They just ruin your life. Not only do they prevent and delay change, they just make you lazier, weaker, not as strong. And I really do believe they are literally the devil. Like, the things of the world will pull you away from what's important, and it will ruin everything. I've realized is the most important thing you can do is develop self-control. And again, this ties in with discipline very closely. But anything that takes control over you, remove from your life. Like drugs and nicotine and all these things, they are addictive. And some people say, oh, it's not addictive, I know. Listen, you shouldn't be taking anything into your body that's not oxygen, that's not natural. So even if you think, oh, yeah, but I'm going gym and I'm doing this and I casually have it once in a... Mate, it doesn't matter. Like, if you don't have any drugs at all, bro, and you just eat good and exercise and meditate and use all your energy into good energy, things that is healthy dopamine you have to go and pursue and work towards, then it's going to be better for you. And it's natural. That's how it should be. You know, we live in a world where we have all of these products and all of these things at our fingertips. We can go on Amazon, we can go on wherever, we can go into the shop. It's all there for us. But it's not... These things aren't natural. These things are not from God. You know, these things are damaging. And it's just a distraction. It's all a distraction. And there are healthy ways to distract yourself. Sometimes our brain can't function. We need to distract ourselves. But there are healthy ways to distract ourselves. We can meditate. We can go for a walk, like I'm doing now, going to nature. We can express ourselves in art forms, in creativity, in music. You know, exercise and challenge yourself and write a book, you know, pray. There's so many things that are better for us. Anything that doesn't add value, remove it from your life. Anything that doesn't benefit you, doesn't truly please you. Because here's the thing, it's like, yeah, you can take drugs, you can take these things, and it's like, yeah, sure, you feel pleasure from it, right? But it's not good, is it? It's not good pleasure. There's a difference between good pleasure and bad pleasure. Good pleasure is sticking to a promise and seeing the fruits of your labor and seeing it all pay off. You know, good pleasure is treating your wife nice and going out with her and making her feel loved. You know, good pleasure is making a song that has a positive impact and a positive meaning, a positive message. You know, this is good energy. So you need to foster good energy into your life. Like, it is key. Like, good energy. I tell you from experience that I've wasted 10 years plus. I wasted so much time escaping. I've been there and I know how it is. Like, I've wasted years of my life promising I would change to the people around me, the people close to me, promising to myself, promising to God I would change. And when you have these habits, they take control over you. And I'm telling you, it's the most important thing you can do to become the best version of yourself, the best person you can be, is challenge yourself and make promises and make sacrifices. Like, this is just maturity. Because even if you're in your work, you're in your career, you're meeting people, you have relationships, you're gonna fuck up everything and people are gonna leave you. Because if you truly want to surround yourself with high value people, with people that don't settle for the comfort zone and really want to live a meaningful, good life, which meaning sacrificing, meaning pushing yourself, meaning removing things from your life that don't help, you're gonna lose a lot of people on the way if you stay like that. And people care about you much less, and they'll take you much less seriously. The most important thing you can do is set challenges and set goals. Like, say for example, you're struggling, like, I can't stop cigarettes. Like, there's people, they puff every second they go to work. They puff, they're on the way to work in the morning, and they can't stop. You have to commit to challenges. You have to build self-control. Even if it's like 3 days and then you work up. I've done it before. Like, I've committed to just like 3 days. Do you know what I mean? Or like 2 months without it. Just make a commitment and stick to it. Like, it's so important. And I guarantee you, like, if you really made a commitment and you made it so it's like mandatory, like it's compulsory, like, I can't do that, because that is the promise. And you'll see like how bad it is, like, how bad these things are in your life, because they instill urges in you. Like, when you take stuff like drugs and all these things, and you watch porn, and you scrolling through TikTok, and it's you're not even conscious of what you're doing. It's like a subconscious thing. You're just habitually doing it without even thinking what you're doing, and that is so dangerous. You'll never become the highest version of yourself like this. But yeah, the most important thing is making a commitment and sticking to it. Leaving you at this level that you'll never ever get better. And you'll see the urges come to you. You'll see there'll be days where it gets really unbearable, where you feel that feeling and you want to go get it. And trust me, everyone says it and it's generic advice, but it is so true. It is temporary. Like, obviously, if you've been doing it for like years, don't expect, I've done a few weeks, so I'll just go back to it. Like, no. You go 2 weeks, you'll see the urges come. You'll see there's points where you feel depressed. You go a bit crazy even, depending on how serious it is, like what you're going through, how serious the addiction was. You'll see, like, some days you get really agitated, especially if you're autistic like me. It becomes unbearable. You don't want to do anything some days. But I'm telling you, the most important thing you can do is truly listen to your body. Not the urges, not the things that are, not these impulses. I just mean, like, sit and listen with your body, man, and talk to yourself. Realize the promise you made in the mind, and just stay at it, because it's literally, when you put these things into your body, it's not natural, and you formed a dependency on it. It's like, it's sad. It becomes like, I see people and it's like they get their food shopping and it's like standard, they get a vape and a drink, alcohol, whatever. Like, we've made it like it's so normal. But a good analogy, like my wife told me, is like, it's common in this world for people to be like this. It's not normal. Unfortunately, it's common that this is the way this society is. A lot of people, and not everyone is like this. There are some great people out there. I think it's very wrong to stereotype and say like, oh, I don't do this shit, man. I don't judge people. But it is common. It is very common, and that's an issue. Loneliness in general, like, has increased in UK, you know, by a big percent. Like, I think globally, really, loneliness is a big thing. Because when people are lonely, they don't have the right friends, they don't have the right social circles and places they go where they see people. And with smartphone, and it is so easy to just leave me alone. I want to be to myself. I don't want to see anybody today. And this is so dangerous, because it turns to one day, then the next day, then the next day. Before you know it, you've wasted a whole week not talking to people, keeping to yourself. And what have you actually done with your life? Nothing. Yeah, I can tell you from my experience, like, when I used to go work, and like every night I'd come back and I'd go smoke weed or something, right? Before I did all that, I had these promises, I had these things, like, I'm gonna do this before I sleep, I'm gonna get some shit done. You know, I don't wanna just go work and come back and sleep, you know. As soon as I go out and smoke, boom, all those thoughts, doesn't matter, because I'm so drugged up, I'm so tired. It makes you lethargic and tired. And yeah, listen, I've had sativa, indica, all this shit, bro. Like, none of these things serve you any purpose or value in life, especially not smoked anyway. I understand there's people that have it like medically, that's fine, but like recreationally, there's no benefit. Like, you can disagree with me, like maybe it does for you, but from my experience, I'm just saying, this shit is terrible. And I'm someone with autism, I'm very hyperactive. Like, it is terrible for me. Like, it's just a band-aid on your problems, like, literally. Weed is escapism, you know, it's escapism. Yeah, it trips you out, and it, you know, it makes you not connected with reality. It makes you lazy, it makes you tired, you don't want to do anything, you just want to sit and chill. You feel great, you feel buzzing. And don't get me wrong, in the past I've had days where I used to have it, had sativas, and I've got loads of shit done, but bro, it's not the way. Do you know, like, if you put all your energy into just running and exercise, it's much better than taking drugs. Agreed? So anyway, so that's weed. Not only that, it's not good for your gums, it's not good for your mouth, it's not good for your breathing, many things. Like, for example, I would run much further without like vape, without weed, as opposed to having it. Weed's a toxic thing, man. I realized it triggered my IBS too. Like, I would go toilet so much just knowing I'm gonna go have that or I had that, because your body's trying to remove the toxic from your body, you know. And it's just, it trips you out, it takes you away from reality. And there are better ways to get that feeling that don't have side effects, that actually make you feel good. Not a temporary wave of goodness that all drugs do. I mean long-term sustainable happiness. And the only way you can achieve long-term sustainable happiness is by being sober. Like, period. Alright, on to the next. Vape, right? Vape's so common now, man. Like, everyone is vaping. Like, I don't walk out on the street now, there's not a day I don't see someone puffing, but it's like so common. And again, I said common. It's not normal, it's common. But it's so bad, isn't it? We as a human race, we're not even puffing in. We're not even enjoying just taking in air and meditating, and it's like people use it as like, I need that in me, I need that. It's like, and how much money you waste is ridiculous. Like, you think a disposable vape's £5, in a day or two it runs out. It's £10, 15, 20. Before you know it, you spent like £20 in a week or over, depending on how much you do it. And then times that by 4, you think the amount of money. And I remember even like when I had problems with it, like my wife was saying, the amount of money we could have saved, the amount of money that was spent over time is just ridiculous. It's pathetic. And it's like, what I realized with vape, it's not obviously it doesn't trip you out like weed does. It doesn't do any of that. But it's just a constant habit. Constant, I need to puff every 10 seconds. Constant. Oh, I'm sitting on the bed, I need to chill. Comes a distraction again. So then you're relaxing, you're tired, so you keep puffing. Then you're relaxing more than you should and become lazy. Like, all of these things make you lazy and not the best version of yourself, you know? And they disguise it in all these nice flavors that make you keep going back. But in reality, what's keeping you coming back is the nicotine. But because they put it in all these nice flavors, you keep going back to it. But I guarantee you, if I was to give you one that was unflavored and it was just nicotine, you wouldn't like it. You would chuck it. But now you got crystals, you got Elf Bar, you got all these things, and they say, oh, it's healthier because it's not cigarettes. Listen, nothing but air should be going in your lungs. And listen, I've had it, so I know from experience. I know it doesn't benefit in any way. It doesn't help you. Yeah. And you'll be far more fitter, far more active, far more productive without it. Period. Alright. On to the next. These bugs keep crawling up me, man. Alright. On to the next. So, porn. Porn is so dangerous, man. It is so dangerous. I say it's the worst out of all of these because even though it's not a drug, it will fuck you up because it's warping your perception of reality. Like, even like girls, they will choose the exact type of photos that make them look good to post. They'll use the right lighting, the right angle. They might even do Photoshop and do stuff you don't know. And it's so fake. Not only does this make you less confident, worse in relationships, it is literally the devil, bro. Like, it is literally so bad. So bad. It offers no benefit. There's nothing good about it. And it should not be encouraged at all. Like, it is not how relationships work. It is not how sex works. It is literally just focusing on superficial beauty and the butt. Like, literally, it's all about the butt, superficial beauty. Women with slim waist and a big butt. It's totally unnatural. Like, listen, even just scientifically, if you have fat in your butt, you have fat here. It's highly unrealistic. Like, you can go gym 7 days a week and work towards that figure, but it is not natural, and honestly, it looks stupid. It just doesn't even look real, man. I mean, it's just, for a relationship, for sex to work, the number one thing is attraction in the first place, and a mutual respect. You have a mutual feeling towards each other, and you look into that person's eyes and you feel a type of way. That's it. That's where attraction is. Yeah, of course, like, you know, they gotta be decent enough, you know, like, but I don't think it lies on the body at all, you know. You've got girls wearing specific clothing, poking out their butt, spending so much time on their face and their hair and their skin. We live in a very superficial world, you know. Even men, they have to look super sharp. They have to look, bro, I don't give a fuck about that. I give a fuck about your character, your heart, and if you're real or not. That's it. Like, that is it. Anything else, it's your choice. But yeah, porn is so bad. So bad. Like, it's so toxic. It's not even, it's like, I recommend people just go on meetup apps, go to social groups, go to activity classes where you can find classes that people are doing things that you like doing, like boxing, like whatever it is, yoga, whatever, book clubs, or I don't know, whatever you want like to do. You go to these places and you meet people, you make real connections. Then you'll see how sex works. Then you'll see how relationships work. It's exposure to the right things that makes a character great. If you're exposed constantly every day to these things, drugs, porn, be prepared. Be prepared to lose all the good people in your life. Be prepared to lose opportunities. Be prepared to fail as a human. You know. So let me try and summarize to close this video. We're already over 20 minutes. So, for example, so first, weed. Weed is escapism. You're escaping away, and it's something that makes you feel relaxed, and my advice, go for a run. Go do something that's physically demanding and will tire you out, because after that you'll feel very calm. And meditation. Combine that with meditation, Wim Hof method, WIMHOF. Combine those two, and that is far better for you than weed. I mean, also put your energy into your passion. That is the key. Like, I love boxing. Just go box, go run, box, meditate in those, those 3 things. And after that, you're going to be so tired, you're going to be so feeling good because you did good for your body, that if you decide to, even if it comes to you, the thought, you'll be like, nah, I feel good. You don't do it. You don't want to do it. So that's weed. If you need any other like custom advice, maybe like my advice doesn't work for you, because it is totally dependent on the person and their interests and what they like to do. But for me, that's what's helped me. Now, vape, right? I seriously just recommend for people that have problem with vaping to just breathe more. Breathe between everything. Wake up, meditate. You walk, heavy breathing. Like, all day, heavy breathing from right here. Not from here, right from here. Heavy breathing. And again, the exercise ties in with this. Heavy exercise and putting all your energy into your passion. These 2 things. You might like love, you have to find something that you love to do, that's physical, that's good for your body and works out your body and tires you out, and you have to find an outlet and a creativity outlet to express these thoughts and feelings. I think these are the 2 things that you put all your energy into. It will be hard. You're still going to have urges. It's going to be difficult, but these things will help make the process much easier in recovery. And just through, like I said, self-control, discipline, and sticking to promises by doing these things. Just say, like, even if it's, depends what stage you're at in recovery, but like, it could be 3 days or that. Then if you can do 3 days, do 5 days. If you can do a week, do 2 weeks. If you can do 2 weeks, do a month. And eventually these urges, these habits that you felt you had no control over, will be a thing of the past, because you'll stop caring about it. But you have to give it time, and you have to stick to a promise. Without doing that, you will not change. You will not defeat these urges, and you will not be a sober person. You will not be the best version you can be. The best version of yourself is sober. It's without any bad things. There's natural remedies that's different, like CBD and chamomile and these mushroom drinks that like lion's mane mushroom and all this. I like them. There's natural healthy remedies and plants and things that can help, that aren't classified as drugs, that aren't addictive, that can help you. And if you need more guidance and things to try, you can always ask me and comment down below, hit me up, DM. So yeah, I think that's covered the vape and the smoke. Porn, like I said, make connections, meet people. Whenever you have the urge to go on the screen and to, you're feeling horny, you wanna go out for a walk, say all these things, to yourself, I don't want to be that person anymore. I want to be the best version of myself. You keep repeating that to yourself 3 times. Do that daily. Have like, how do I put it? Daily practices, like words of encouragement, words you do every single day when you get tempted, but you do it every single morning you wake up or something. That can help. But channel that sexual energy into what you are doing this for. Who are you doing this for? Maybe someone motivates you in the process for you to do this. You have to have there has to be a reason. Otherwise, without the reason, you're gonna fail. You have to have a reason. Maybe you want to prove to your dad. Maybe you want to prove to your wife. Maybe you want to prove to your coach. Maybe you want to prove to God. You have to have a meaning, a purpose behind it, an incentive. I mean, I don't like to call it motivation, because I think motivation is kind of short-lived, because once motivation dies, you're no longer that person anymore. Unless the motivation is so strong that it will keep you going for like life. But let's be honest, that's not really realistic. That's why I purposely didn't say motivation there. I'd say you have to have a reason. You have to have a purpose behind it. There has to be something bigger than you that's making you wanting to pursue it. People just say, it's about discipline, not motivation, but I think it all kind of goes together, if I'm honest. I think it really does go together. I mean, even if you're not motivated, discipline has to be the main thing, the main factor. You can't rely on motivation at the same time. So, I mean, we live in this kind of world with toxic masculinity. We have all these people like, I don't want to say names, I don't want to talk bad about people, but there's a lot of toxic masculinity out there, and even toxic, how do I say it? Femininity? No, it was, how a female should be, how a man should be. Like, you have this very cold, hard way of thinking in this world, like, no motivation, just discipline. Don't be nice, because people will take your niceness for weakness. It's like people are very extreme way of thinking nowadays, especially YouTube and everything. It pushes that into people. But I still think discipline is the most important thing. Without discipline, you will never be the best version of yourself. You have to be disciplined first. And even if you don't want to wake up, you still have to wake up and make that commitment. I'm going to do that many steps. I'm going to do my music today. I'm going to do my swimming or whatever you love doing. Like, you do have to have a high level of discipline. But discipline alone is not the way. Like, people say, oh, if you're disciplined, then you'll be nah, because that alone isn't enough. Like, you have to have a reason and a purpose and a goal out of it. Otherwise, it's just being disciplined for the sake of being disciplined because you just watched stuff on social media about toxic masculinity and shit. Like, no, it's like, discipline is very important, but it's not everything. There's all these factors that go into making your life the best it can be. In order to live a happy life, yes, you have to be disciplined, but also you have to set goals for yourself. You have to, have, even if you don't believe in God, you have to have a belief system of some sort. You have to have faith in what you're doing and have a meaningful, positive intent behind everything you do. And you have to have a balance of things in order to achieve happiness. You have to have ways you relax, i.e. meditation, i.e. going sauna, going for massage, whatever, and you don't have to have money to achieve happiness. People think, I need money because I need to go gym, well, listen, if you can't go gym, you can exercise at home. There's no excuse, to being happy. Obviously, there are exceptions. There are people poor in the world. Obviously, there are people that, have illnesses and things that will never change. And those are the exact type of people that I want to help and donate my money towards and volunteer and help towards making a difference with the people suffering in the world. But that's what I'm saying, bro. It's like, living a happy life is a balance of all things. It's like, what are you doing to help the world? What are you doing to help the world around you? What are you doing to stay physically active and i.e. fit? What are you doing to what are you passionate about, and how are you improving in that and all areas of your life? And why are you doing this? And what is your motivation? What is the thing that is, it can be God for you. I believe in God and I give thanks to God every day, but even if you don't believe in God, there has to be something. Maybe you're doing it for your mum. Maybe you're doing it to make your parents proud. Maybe you're doing it because you want to prove to your wife you can be a better man and whoever. But life is a balance of all things, The people that are happy have a good circle of friends. They have things they do that they're passionate about and they're improving in, and they're going to events, they're meeting people, they're studying in it, they're around the people that do it, they are putting themselves in situations where they have to challenge themselves, and yeah, the people are happy, bro, have got all of that stuff down to a T, because they've got, like I said, they've got their super circle of friends that they can trust. They've got their passion. They've got a good relationship with their family. They've got a way of getting money that makes them happy, but is impactful and yeah. And people search for happiness in the wrong things in this world, bro. They really do. They think, I'll get a woman that I love and happy life, happy wife, and all that shit. It's like, bro, that woman can leave you one day and that woman can love somebody else. Most things in life are temporary. Don't place your happiness in a woman. That is the worst thing you can do. Period. Yes, that person adds value to your life. Say if you love someone, that person adds value to your life. They make you happy. And they are important to you. But don't place your happiness in a woman. Yes, they are parts of your happiness. But what would happen if your mum, dad left you? Your partner left you? If you're not a high value person, what would happen? You would crumble. You would suffer. These things make you sad, of course, losing people. But you have to be happy without anybody else. And that starts with you and your habits and your behaviors and what you are passionate about and your impact upon the world and the people around you. Because if you lose everything, you lose your wife, you know that you'll be okay. And that's the definition of a hard work and a strong mentality. And this doesn't just go for men. I mean this for women too. But yeah. Anyways, I think I've said enough. It's been nice to share my thoughts, and I hope this has helped anybody watching. And If you got any questions or anything, just let me know. Don't spam comments or hate or anything like that. Like, this is purely me trying to help and express myself to you lot and get some thoughts and feelings off my chest. So if you like it, share, comment. If you don't comment, you know, just watch another video. But yeah, also go check out my music, Harry Taylor Music. I've also got a martial arts page, Harry Taylor Martial Arts. Peace.